More in the Liquid Dew of Youth. Smoke Pit Fairy Tales, Part 5. Chapter 2. The Man in the Suit. Thatch laid in bed with his head under the pillow. The pinkish light from the Martian dust and snowy clouds reflected through his window. He stared at the wall, upset about Simoom, but fighting not to care. He let his eyelids drop and he felt the drop into slumber. As he fell into the darkness, a buzzing jerked him back to life. He looked at the phone buzzing on the nightstand. Simoom.
Oh God, I thought I blocked your number.
She sent him texts reading,
Karma's a bitch, and so is Simoom.
15 times.
Karma's a bitch.
Thatch huffed,
and
turned his
so
phone off,
is-
and let himself slip back towards dreamland, only to be awakened an hour later by beating on the door. Rage filled his bones.
Oh, how dare her.
He tried to ignore it, but the knocking was persistent. Thatch didn't know what to think, or what he was going to do, but it was going to be something. He threw his blankets on the floor and stormed downstairs.
To hell with the other neighbors, I'm gonna light this bitch up right on the fucking front lawn.
Thatch swung open the door, ready for combat, screaming.
What the fuck do you want?
Akan stood on the porch with a worried look painting her face.
Chill out, dude, it's me.
It took a moment for Thatch to process the person standing at the door was not Simoom. When he regained his wits, he apologized.
Sorry, man, fucking rough night. What's going on?
Akan's hair was a mess, and her hoodie and jeans were sloppily thrown on.
Put your clothes on. We have to get to HQ, now.
What's up?
Thatch asked, confused, as he opened the door for Akan to step in.
There's been an attack in Martius, and we've been called up.
Akan said as she watched Thatch grab his coat, scarf, shoes, and pants.
An attack? What kind of attack? Like the Russians?
We don't know yet.
Great.
Thatch slipped on his boots and jacket, and the two of them loaded up in Akan's car and blazed towards the headquarters building in Annapolis. When they showed up, they flashed the badges to the guard up front and swiped their keys to let themselves into the main room. Those who were already there had their eyes glued to the screen on the back wall. Thatch and Akan fell in with the group. The screen showed a podium at the Capitol building. Reporters from every news agency on Mars sat in chairs waiting for someone to come speak. An off-camera anchor provided narration.
We're waiting now for an official report as to what happened at the presidential mansion.
A door in the back opened, and a group of men, led by General Piroska, approached the podium.
This appears to be a few senators and a representative from the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Piroska walked to the podium. His face was calm as he gripped the platform under the microphone.
People of America, the president has been assassinated.
Holy Christ.
The reporters in front of him erupted. Just as the room, Thatch, Akan, and now Stockton and Chuck did. Piroska calmed the audience with his hands and continued his speech.
The scene from the presidential mansion is too disturbing to show live on air. But no, the attack was brutal. The Joint Chiefs of Staff have reviewed footage from the scene, and more information will be released as it becomes available. From what we can confirm as of now, the list of victims includes the president, his family, the vice president, and his aides, the Speaker of the House and the Secretaries of State, Treasury, Defense, the Interior, Agriculture, Commerce, Labor, Energy, Homeland Security, and the Attorney General. Everyone in the presidential line of succession has been murdered all in one swoop. After convening with other leaders of this nation, we have resolved that I, Lucius Piroska, will lead the United States until such a time has come that we elect new officials.
The reporters in front of Piroska exploded with questions.
I don't think he's allowed to do that.
Thatch winced out of confusion.
No, he's not.
But what's anyone going to do about it?
Chuck whispered as he stared at the inhabitants of the room around him, hooting and hollering in support of the commandant. Piroska turned from the podium and whispered something to a man in a suit who tapped him on the shoulder. He returned to the camera light and adjusted the tie in his uniform.
My dear fellow Americans, it has been brought to my attention that it is now believed that the Russians have carried out this horrendous attack.
The room's volume dropped to where the only thing audible was the hum of electrical equipment.
We will have our mourning and our time thereof, but time marches on. I know the Russians. I have been fighting them my entire adult life. They will move against us soon. Their resources are wearing thin. That's why they've resorted to this kind of attack. One so heinous that there will be only a closed casket funerals. This is their only way to effectively wage war on us. They think that we'll say now is the time to quit. Yes, President Horwendel spoke of peace with them. We thought that our talks were going well. But now the only way peace will happen is when we are the victors and there is no Russian Federation. The president was a hero in the fight against Putin that started 30 years ago on our home planet and pushed us off the earth. They demand we surrender Martian land, and we say no. They think that by murdering our leadership that we will be cast into turmoil. Is this to be the end of our history and to our peoples? No. We cannot believe it. This age must be called, not the decline of the America and her allies, but the resurrection of the peoples of this world of ours that we've built. Only that which was old, decayed, and evil perishes, and let it die. But new life will spring up. Faith can be found if their will is there. Our leadership now has the will, and the faith is with these people. So that will come together to prove symbolically that we are more than a collection of individuals striving one against another, that none of us is too proud, none of us too high, none of us is too rich, none of us too poor, to stand together with the face of the Lord and the world in this indissoluble sworn community, and these United States. We need of it. When was a leadership at any time faced with a heavier task than our time now? Consider, my fellow Americans, that our America is, and compare it with other nations in space. What have we? Our own planet. Raw materials, foreign exchange, capital, no foreign credits. We've paid heavy burdens through sacrifice, but what? We have more so than anything else? More than anyone else? We have our people! Either it is everything or it is nothing. On it alone can we rely. On it alone can we build. Everything that we have created up to the present we owe solely to its goodness of heart, its capacity, its loyalty, its decency, its industry, its sense of order. And if I weigh all of this in the balance, it seems to me more than all the rest of the solar system can offer us. So this, I believe, can be our message to the other people on this day. You need have no fear that we want anything of you. We are proud enough to confess that we ourselves own this treasure, which you certainly could not give us, our people. I could, as a leader, think of no more glorious, no prouder task in this world than to serve this people. One might give me planets, but I would rather be the poorest citizen amongst these people. And with this people, we must and shall succeed in achieving also the tasks that are still to come. We want lies clear before us, not war and strife. Just as we established peace with our own people, so we want nothing else than peace with the universe. For we all know that our great work can succeed only in a time of peace. But just as the leadership of this nation in this domestic sphere has never sacrificed its honor and its revelations with the American people, so we can never surrender the honor of the American people in its dealings with the rest of the humanity and fluorescent life. We know what we owe to the solar system. May they come to the understanding which she can never deny to a proud people, and above all, may she comprehend one thing. The United States of today is not the United States of yesterday, just as little as the America of yesterday was the America of today. The American people of the present time is not the American people of the day before yesterday, but the American people of the 300 years of American history which lie behind us. The memory of President Horwendel is fresh in our minds, and we will forever live in our hearts. That is why we must free ourselves from the bonds of those who would oppress us.
Piroska waved with a stern face.
Thank you all.
Then he left the view of the camera. The room cheered in uproarious glee, except for Akan, Thatch, Chuck, and Stockton, who stood in the back.
What the fuck was that?
Thatch stared at the screen that had gone blank.
I have no idea.
What do we do now?
The four of them looked at each other, then, following Thatch's lead, proceeded to his office. Akan locked the door behind her, and Stockton pulled out a bottle of spiced rum Thatch kept in his office drawer. She pulled off the top and took a swig. The others followed suit.
He's not allowed to do that, right?
No, that's stupid illegal.
Yeah, but what are we going to do about it? We're just a couple lieutenants, a chief, and a staff sergeant.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Stockton shook her head. There was a knock at the door. Akan, who was closest, opened it, only to have Capulet burst in.
Okay, what the hell?
Capulet barked, storming in.
We were just talking about that.
This is not good.
Capulet pointed out the window.
That's unconstitutional as all get out.
So, should we let Congress handle that?
Akan sneered.
Dude, come on. We all know Congress does unconstitutional shit all the time. And nothing ever gets done about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Chuck grabbed the bottle and took another drink.
Fuck, man.
I guess we just have to ride this out.
The door knocked again, and once more, Akan opened it. Glaedwine pushed herself in with a meek smile on her face.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sergeant Major.
Glaedwine waved them off, grabbed the bottle from Chuck, and helped herself to a drink.
It is a good evening indeed.
The other 5 stared at her.
We may finally have some leadership worth a shit now.
You can't really think that.
Piroska's a fine gentleman and a competent leader. He'll hold the nation in good hands until we can hold an election.
How long do you think that's gonna be?
Months at the most.
That'll be too long for me.
What was that?
I don't like this.
Well, I don't like it either. It certainly isn't preferable. But maybe we can start getting things back on the right track. What's funny about this is that your father and I used to joke about it all the time, about bringing out guillotines and executing Congress on the National Mall.
What's that?
It was a park in front of the Capitol building back on Earth. And what's the big deal, Thatch? You were working for him before, and would have still been working for him anyway, had this not have happened.
Yeah, shit happens.
Look, everyone dies. Granted, this isn't the most unpeculiar scenario, but we'll make it through it. And the Commandant will have America set up to better counter the Russians when he hands off the office to whoever is elected to replace him.
Thatch wanted to cry bullshit, but held his tongue. Glaedwine smiled at the others in the room.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go set up a few things. It's about to get very busy here.
She left the room, leaving the door open. Akan kicked the door shut.
Well, she's bought into it.
Yeah.
Thatch ground his teeth.
Let me get that.
He extended his hand towards Chuck, who then handed him the rum.
Piroska's been good to her. She's gonna be on his side no matter what, and the longer she stays his right-hand man, the more loyal she might get.
Horwendil was a good leader. Not perfect, but better than we deserved.
Word up, fools. How you doing? Thanks for listening to another chapter soda of More Than the Liquid Dew of Youth. I gotta stop saying chain smoke your problems away because I said it about 14 times. Yay! Anyway, most of these books in the Smoke Pit Fairy Tale series are, while they do have the same central themes and, for the most part, a lot of carryover characters, they are all different genres. Take a wild guess as to what this one's is. Alright, well anyway, I want to thank you again for listening, and I would like to thank my YouTube channel members who get these videos as soon as I upload them, my Patreon subscribers who get these chapters as soon as I'm done with them. I think I just uploaded chapter 8 of book 6 recently, and then chapter 6 of book 1. So I'm remastering the original, the first book, and probably the second, third. I didn't really figure out what the hell I needed to do until the fourth one, audio-wise, so I want to get up to par on that. So the first 3 books will definitely be remastered, but 4 is good where it's at. So is 5 and 6 so far. And I would also like to thank everyone who's gotten the word chest. That's over there, but that's the box set of these books, I guess there's 2 war chests. You know the deal. I talk to you about these a lot. It's 6 books and an ammo can, and there's stickers and cards and, a patch and all that goody type stuff. I don't know if I got anything else for you though, besides thanks for listening. And I will see you next week. All right, you have a good one, and here are your bloopers. Ciao.
Hey, this is Hollis reading for Samum, Book 5, Chapter 2, which is just one line of text. Karma's a bitch, and so is Samum.
All right, okay, here's a sound check.
That's take 1.
I'm not gonna heckle this sound checkle. We're just gonna move right on past it.
Oh, holy fuck balls. Oh, holy fuck balls.
Chapter 2. The Man in the Suit.
Chain smoke your problems away? No. We're past that.
Alright, so chapter 1 seems like it went pretty good. Let's fucking see about chapter 2.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff have reviewed footage from the Steve. Yes, they've reviewed footage from the Steve. God damn it. Agnew!
I have no idea. I can't get this right. I have no idea.
Yeah. I know. I noticed that literally right before starting this session. But I just want to say, chain smoke your problems away, because I said that 38 fucking times. 37.
Okay, so we have Ocon, Smoke Pit Fairy Tales Part 5, Chapter 2, The Man in the Suit.
The list of victims includes the president, his family, the vice president, and his aides. That's right, he had aides.
Good evening, Sergeant Major. Why does this all sound weird to me? Good evening, Sergeant Major.
Thatch laid in bed with his head under the pillow. The pinkish light from the Martian... I almost said Meriton. Meriton dust What does the fucking Marvin Martian sound like again? I haven't heard his voice in so long. The transmodulator. He's like fucking like not Yoda. I mean, he predates Yoda, right? Fuck. Yeah, all right.
Their resources are wearing thin. That's why they have restored this. But they resorted to this instead. Oh shit, Freddy the Cat, what's up, bro? Deep breath in. I'm saying my mantra. I've just taken over the United States in one fell swoop as a coup, a military coup, because I'm a military man. General, now President Piroska. Goose Baba.
Okay, I'm going to do that again. I'm trying to give you some variations.
Smoke Pit Fairy Tales, Part 5, Chapter 2, Capulet, the man in the suit. All right, here's the setting. It's the middle of the night. Marines are called into headquarters. Piroska is on TV. He's about to tell people something that I can't say right now because I'm going to say it in a different voice and a different thing. But I get to start by swearing. Holy fuck!
It took a moment for that's the process. The process. God fucking damn it, speak!
Fuck.
Okay, last time. Hopefully there's something in here you can use.
Whoa! Fucking speeches! This speech is leaving me speechless! We have our people! Order the code red.
Side note, there's 2 stages of American history. There's American history before learning about this, and American history before learning about this attack on President Bedell. And this fits in my 2-tier platform for getting reelected. As Americans, we're going to get paid and get laid. Vote for Piroska. It's a vote for paid and laid.
Ah, shit. Next slide.
Okay, alright, I'm still scrolling for the record. Readers, fellow listeners, chat.
Well, this is worse than a colostomy bag.
And a box of crayons. Without any milk.
This isn't happening. No, this is not real. You're shitting us. Fuck you and go fuck yourself. You're a fucking liar. Fuck.
No, that's stupid illegal. Oh, sorry. I'll put my phone on silent. Apologies.
More people say good evening, Sergeant Major, to the Sergeant Major, because she's the shit.
Yeah. I just wanted to cry. Sing Goddess the Wrath of Bullshit.
What in the flying fuck is a national mall? And why in the fuck is this guy trying to take over our government and stain the good name of our beloved Marine Corps?
There you go, mate. At least that's one fucking chapter done. I'm sorry it's been a bit slow. It's just, yeah. But, hey, chapter 2. Woo!
He's fucking up the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major Glaedwine.